Welcome back to House of 1000 Haunts. I am Stevie.
And I'm Dwayne.
We are here with your Halloween episode. Yes, we have brought you 4 special episodes this haunt season of October 2025. And we have saved, not necessarily the best for last, but something very brand new. Very brand new. I'm so excited. I can't talk. It is 11 o'clock at night, but we are still recording this podcast because we gotta get it out to you. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. This one was so much fun. We actually went to this haunt on our very first multi-haunt night. We went to 2 haunts in one night. That was fun. And we started with this one in Knoxville, Tennessee. The one and only
Screamville.
Screamville, yes.
So I will say this is one of the best haunts. This haunt is amazing. I can't say enough about how creative and awesome this haunt was. It's our first ever haunt we've ever been to where the whole thing is in a cornfield.
The entire thing was in the cornfield.
Entire thing. It was so freaking cool.
There was like small shacks throughout the corn maze with different scenes and like kind of sections. But we'll get to that. But yes, it was pretty much all in the corn maze, including the queue line was in the corn maze as well. I thought that was kind of cute.
That was really cool. It just, they kind of already got you prepared for what you were about to experience.
This was an awesome haunt. Very well priced. I must say, only $25 cash, which is a really good deal because haunts are going up in price. If you guys haven't noticed, a lot of them are becoming more scream parks and they're offering other amenities to encourage people to come and hang out, and that kind of jacks the price up. But this haunt is only $25, which is awesome, making the fast pass only $40, which is really cool too, and free parking, which is rare.
A lot of haunts have been charging for parking lately, I've noticed. But yeah, there was free parking here, and I will say this, their sign out front, their like arch is really cool. I really dig that big Screamville sign when you first pull up, and it's just like this big arch.
Yeah, very simple outside otherwise, but that is a very demanding presence.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
When we were looking this haunt up before we went, that was one thing I noticed was that, and it just had an interesting font to it, and it's bright orange.
Yeah, it's just like she said, it stands out. It's awesome. I love it so much. You stand in line, you get your tickets, and then once you get your tickets, you're allowed into their midway kind of area. In that area, they have a mini golf thing, which is pretty big. It looked pretty massive.
Yeah, there was a massive spider in their mini golf.
Which was the last hole, which was the last actually hole. Right next to the exit of the haunt, which was really cool. They also have an escape room, which is an interactive escape room, I do believe, which has like haunt actors in it, and that's awesome. So I definitely want to go back and try to do that one day.
That would be cool. Before we get started, I do want to let you know about our brand new Destination Halloween collection. That's right, we have all new merch for this Halloween and one shirt that is limited time and will only be available during October. So check the show notes for that link and check out the all new Halloween collection just for you boils and ghouls.
Also in their midway, they had a hearse that was sitting there with Elvira painted on the hood. That was really cool. Yeah,
I'm not sure who did all the artwork, but it was lovely.
Very awesome.
It was lovely. All right, well, we get into the queue line. We were granted Fast Pass. Thank you to Screamville. We appreciate that so much. We met a character who showed us an interesting box that he had made, which was Patreon friendly only. So it was only Patreon friendly because it had a member in it.
Well, he opened it and there was a face in it, but then he lifted the face and there was...
And it had a member underneath it.
Yeah. It was a pee-pee.
Gold member! So I'm sure they don't show things like that to kids or anything like that. But we were in the Fast Pass line.
Yeah.
We were recording. I'm sure that's for adults only.
Yeah.
But then you do see a big building facade that they had, and that was the first thing we went into beginning the haunt. It was a house, and inside the house was the owner of the cornfield, and he told us kind of the lore of what we were about to encounter, that the corn, all he could get to grow was corn there, and it just took over the entire land, and it killed his whole family and just possessed everything, pretty much.
Basically, there was something evil out there in the corn, and it like possessed everybody.
So to continue, the fireplace lifts up.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really awesome. It like lifted up, and then there's a little swinging door, and you kind of go like into like this like brick area, like the back of the house. Really freaking cool, man. I love that effect. That was a great effect.
That was a really neat effect, and it was also helpful because you didn't have to like bend over or nothing. You could just walk through.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I got a really cool shot of it. So again, we do record these haunt walkthroughs that we do. So you can check them out on our YouTube channel, Destination Stone. I'll have it linked in the show notes and or description wherever you're watching this at, either Spotify or YouTube. Watch the walkthrough. We'll have it in the description. Once we went to the fireplace, it led outside into a butcher area, and a freezer with meat was hanging.
Yeah, a bunch of chainsawmen.
Chainsawmen, yes. And we encountered a really big, like another one of those head animatronics, but it was a big hog.
And it was hidden so well that when you cut the corner, it was meant to be behind you. It scared the crap out of me. And big animatronics like that usually don't scare me. They're cool to look at, but that one scared the crap out of me because it came out of nowhere. Very good. Very well placed.
Yeah. We encounter a lot of chainsaws in this haunt, but I don't hate it. This is a good, really kind of more gritty haunt, but still well polished.
Yeah, I will say that they put you in between the scenes, and you would walk through the corn, and there was actors in the corn, and almost every single section there was actors in the corn in between houses that was different from the house, and they were very good, and it was awesome. Like, you couldn't see anything. The fact that Stevie had her light pretty much made it to where we could see, because I could barely see anything out there. It was creepy. It was awesome.
But we still couldn't see them, though. They still stuck up on us pretty good.
Yes, you could hear them walking.
They were hiding in the corn.
Yeah, you could hear them walking out there, but you couldn't see them, and it was like, ooh, that's creepy, man. And they all had like those big like air horns, like the train horns or whatever, with lights on them and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was cool.
We walked into another building, and it seemed like a house, but the backside of it, and it seemed like Dwayne had even said like it may have been the owner's possessed home.
Yeah, because he talked about he lived in that house and then he moved there, like where he was currently. So, but you do go through, seems like almost like a neighborhood, a series of different houses in the corn.
The entire haunt.
Right.
Yeah, I do agree. Like it was the whole town almost was engulfed by the corn. So when you walk into this house, you walk into a living room with a spooky lady in there, and she points to the bookshelf. And you actually walk through the bookshelf.
Yeah, you notice
spooky secret door which was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Right, yeah, I always love a good bookshelf gag. That was really cool. And then you kind of walk into a hallway, but it's very smelly in that hallway because it's connected to a bathroom.
With a big, monstrous man that just has like barf running down his tin chins.
Yeah.
But the effects were very realistic.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah, it was creepy. It stank in there. It stank very bad in there.
We ran into a nun right after that led us right into a bedroom with what I would describe as like an exorcist type girl.
Yeah, that's what I
bending over backwards. I actually put her on the thumbnail on our YouTube channel because she did such a great job. But the whole bed was moving. They had it very well lit with purple and green lighting, which matched the lighting we were utilizing that night.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed that effect. I love like the floating bed and like floating tables and stuff like that. I think that's a cool effect.
Yeah, that's really neat. After we met her, that led us right back into the corn, and we met someone in the corn that kept telling us to avoid the plague, and they were pointing at the next structure and said that they won't like you in there. Avoid the plague. They won't like you in there.
Yeah, he was a plague doctor. And that was really cool. Yeah, it was like another house. Like I said, it was like you were going into another house.
Yeah, it was another home, but it had really interesting artwork. There was this doll structure, so kind of like a ballerina, kind of like a music box ballerina, but it was a life-size one, and it was made of a real human. Then this character stood up from the ground and just started walking like a doll, and she was dressed like mutant-looking thing that was a ballerina. And as we started to walk around, it was like a bedroom setup, if I didn't mention that. It was like a bedroom setup. We walk around the bed. The entire bed springs up, and like this doll-type thing
it was like,
on
kind of like
strings.
A doll, yeah.
Shot forward, but again, it was supposed to be made of a real human.
Right. The girl that got up and that was dressed like the doll that was moving around the room, she was awesome. She was a great actor. That was probably one of my favorite actors of the whole haunt, because the way she moved and everything, it was awesome. So good. As
we continued, we encountered this, like, I call him Teddy Four Eyes demon. He had like a teddy bear on his head. He was so wicked with like gnarly sharp teeth.
Yeah, there was multiple dolls and different like stuffed animal characters in this house.
It was just a house full of dolls,
like toys and stuff.
Yeah,
it was really freaking cool.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was really awesome. The Teddy face, that she called him Teddy Four Eyes. He had a puppet, and he was like on his hand, like he was wearing like a teddy bear on his head.
Yeah,
and he had a puppet on his hand that was just a little plain like white puppet, and he was waving at us with it.
That's
it was
funny.
Hilarious. It had me cracking up.
The actors in this haunt were really good and bounced off of us very well.
Right, yeah.
After that, you enter back into the corn and zigzag through, and you see this really bright red pentagram up ahead.
With candles and like a big altar.
And as you get closer, you see something standing on the altar, like stage, and there's just these cloaked figures standing around him, just, worshiping, whatever it is they may be worshiping. Or just having, it was dark, so maybe that was what the candles were for. Who knows? But it really gave me some miniature House of Shock vibes, which you guys know, if you're familiar with the show, House of Shock is our favorite haunted house that no longer exists. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But I say miniature because House of Shock's stage was insanely huge.
That was crazy.
So, but it gave us that little vibes. So that was very cool. After that, we entered back into the corn and led us right into a classic green water swampy lit area, which was lined with a beautifully well lit jack-o'-lanterns that were hanging in the sky along the path, but they were like the trick-or-treat jack-o'-lanterns, the $2 jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, this was my favorite scene, I do believe. Just this visual.
They were hanging about your head level.
It was so good, y'all. Yes, this was my favorite visual thing of this whole haunt. The colors that just like blended and clashed, it was good. It was just so good. It
seemed like a flooded cemetery, but it led up to a schoolhouse.
A school, yeah.
So maybe that's why it had the decorations, so to speak, the jack-o'-lanterns.
Right. Because they were having
once you go inside, you see all these Halloween decorations and realize it's a schoolhouse that was celebrating Halloween, and something must have went awry.
Yeah, but the lunch man is still there trying to serve you lunch.
Yeah, behind a glass.
Nothing ever happened, so whatever.
The show must go on. We must still feed whatever children are left, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see a schoolroom and some crazy little kids just banging their heads on the desk. It's a really cool setup, and the teacher's in there just yelling at everyone.
Yeah, they had an animatronic in there that was a little kid, a little boy that was like, he had a pencil on the desk, and he had it in his eye, and he was just going up and down on it. And it was like a spastic movement.
Oh my gosh.
And it was really good. It was creepy. A lot of their animatronics are stuff I haven't seen before, and I think they make them. Because, man, some really good stuff.
It was good. That led us right back into the corn and then to a tiny museum of spooky statues.
Yeah, the museum was really cool. Stevie didn't see it, but when we were walking up, there was a lady standing in the doorway, and then when we kind of walked up closer, she like moved out of the way real quick.
Yeah,
but there was a white mannequin that was dressed just like her standing in the doorway behind her. So it was like an optical illusion kind of thing where it was like, you almost was like, was there somebody there or not? Y'all, there was somebody there. I seen her move. It was crazy.
Maybe he was seeing a ghost.
Yeah, I might have. Who knows?
After the tiny museum, we went back into the corn and led to an area where there were, it looked like children and Halloween decorations on the left side. So maybe this is stemming off of the little schoolhouse. And on the right side, we saw part of what must have been the Branson Cemetery coming up.
Yeah, the left scene was little kids trick-or-treating, and some of the kids were actually wearing Goblin House masks.
Oh, were they?
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, very awesome.
Which is a local store in that area.
Yes.
Once we walked past this, we did enter the Branson Cemetery fully, and we see this massive tombstone
in a
huge casket. The tombstone was like bigger than Dwayne.
It was ridiculous. It was huge. But there was a dude behind it with a shovel, and he was scraping it against like concrete and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Once we got through the cemetery, it led to another lighted foggy area, but the light was on it was above you and it was below you, so it felt like you were in a tube. It
was really cool because it had the green fog on the bottom like water like they usually do, but then he had a big purple like round dome light
your head,
above the head, and it was so awesome.
There was one person in the swampy area that jumped out and scared you. But even if there wasn't, it was just a neat space to walk through.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Beyond that, we encounter another brick-looking building, which housed the one and only Medusa.
Yeah, you walk in and I'm not sure if it was like catacombs or if like you were going underground or something, but then you see,
that's what
you hear snake noises. And you see a statue of like a Roman gladiator, and immediately I'm like, uh-oh, Medusa. And there's like snakes that come out from the ceiling and stuff. And then you cut this corner and there's this big giant half snake lady, but she is only a distraction for Medusa.
The Medusa. Then we walk back through the corn again, and we see a facade ahead and a character yelling at us from afar. And I just yell, "Howdy ho!" And he says, "Who are you calling a hoe?" And this was our introduction to Bobo as we enter what seemed like the dressing room for the fun house.
Yeah.
Or the freak show, excuse me.
There you go, yeah.
And he told us his name was Bobo, only if you're nasty.
And he's like, what's my name? And we all said
Bobo.
So we're apparently nasty.
So then he had Dwayne walk up to this dressing room door, which gave him a quick blowjob before he proceeded through the next area, which was funny. It was just compressed air.
I love characters like this in haunts. I feel like it's good comic relief. It's a good thing to break everything up, but it's also, I don't know, it's just it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, there you go. It's really fun. I love it. I absolutely love this. He
told us to proceed through and watch out for a character who he felt was a bitch.
I hate her.
He was just funny. And as we left, we could hear him whisper, "That bitch."
That bitch.
Just characters like that Cracked me up.
So funny.
I even said that was my favorite human, so that was my favorite character in this haunt. Led us back into the corn and to another very freak show-like building, as the facade was a devil-looking character that reminded me very much so, if you're from Florida, especially the Panhandle from the Panama City area, Miracle Strip, the devil ride from Miracle Strip, that facade, it looked like that. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed the freak show. Right before you walk in there, there's a big scarecrow man outside. He was pretty cool. He tried to get Stevie, but I think she was more interested in the facade, and it was funny.
Yeah. And as we enter, you just see, like I said, it looked like a freak show, and you meet this human mannequin-like character.
Marionette.
A marionette, there you go. It's more of a puppet. Just in pieces, but pieced together as a marionette. And then you meet the ringmaster. He spooks you.
All his clowns and all the different freaks and stuff.
So wild. Such a wild space. Like, you really don't expect it to come out in this haunt. But I guess that's the point, is that the corn has transformed the people in this space. So you kind of end with this gnarly freak show of an area with another massive clown trying to attack you, and chainsaws.
Chainsaw men clowns.
And I yelled and called them the Chainsaw Boys, because that was your finale and ran you right through the corn, outside, back into the midway, right beside that big freaking spider butt. But it was cool. You get to go back in the midway. Some haunts kick you out and you can't go back in the midway. Some larger Scream Park like haunts kick you out, and you can't go back and enjoy like the band's playing or anything like that. And I wish you guys would do that. So this is one that lets you back into the midway, and you can continue to enjoy the festivities, play golf, get a snack. We got to see a little witch dance ceremony. That was cool. So, see, we wouldn't have been able to see that if we couldn't go back into the midway. So I'm glad we got to go back into the midway.
Yeah, that was awesome. Very cool.
So yeah, not a massive setup, but a massive night of fun. Honestly, that was a good size haunt, well over 30-minute walk.
It's awesome to walk through the corn like that. And
the sky was so clear.
It was a great night.
Pretty.
Oh man, it was such a good night.
It was really cool.
Yeah, so definitely go out to Knoxville, check out Screamville. And there's another one that's right down the road. We actually passed it on the way to the next haunt that we went to, Frightworks. It was called the 13th Hour.
13th Hour. So you could go
5 minutes down the road.
Yep,
and we're like,
you could
what is that?
go to 3 haunts in one night if you wanted to. You'd have to get the fast passes for all of them to make it happen, but you could. You really could, because we did the 2 in one night. We didn't even notice 13th Hour until we were on the way to Frightworks. Which Frightworks we have put in the house before, so check that episode out if you haven't already.
Yes, highly recommend them as well.
Screamville, thank you so much for the warm hospitality.
You guys are awesome.
We had so much fun at this haunt, and we cannot wait to return.
Yes, we'll definitely be going back to Screamville because, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, it was fun.
I said it multiple times. There's a reason it's called Screamville, because they had me screaming the whole time. So yes, definitely go check out Screamville. Yeah,
and anybody who has Elvira front and center, chest out and ready for Halloween is a friend of mine. So Screamville, we will have their information linked in the show notes and in the description if you want to check them out. If you like to travel like we do for haunts, or if you're in the area, guys, happy Halloween. It is Halloween week. If you're listening to this in the future, hello. We love to go to as many haunted houses as we can during October. And we went to quite a few this year. And we had 4 brand new haunts for you on House of 1000 Haunts. But we've got a lot more haunt walkthroughs on our YouTube channel, Destination Stone. So definitely check those videos out. They are a good time. I will have that playlist linked in the description.
Definitely check that out.
Guys, happy Halloween. We've got a lot more. We have even more content coming up. If you want to see the DS Halloween week program guide, yes, there is a program guide for all of the DS production stuff that is coming out this week for Halloween. Check out our YouTube channel, check out our Instagram, check out our Facebook. I'll have it all linked in the description. All the socials for you to clickety-click your little fingers on. And also, if you're into movies, because we are, come check us out on YouTube this Friday, Halloween night at 8 p.m. Eastern for the return of Friday Night Flicks. We will be having a Halloween double feature with the two films, one 10/31 and the other one 31. A lot of numbers, yes, but a lot of good films. I'm really excited.
That's right. Also, don't forget that we have that Halloween shirt on our merch site. It will be gone November 1st, so be sure to check that out and pick that shirt up before it is gone for the season.
Halloween exclusive.
That's right.
All right, guys, we hope you've had fun with us this Halloween season. Stay tuned because you never know when another haunt will drop in the house. Like I said, subscribe to us on YouTube so you can stay in touch. And if you really are having a good time with us and want to see even more from us, check out our Patreon, the exclusive Boils and Ghouls Club, where you'll not only get this podcast, but you'll get exclusive videos that can't be seen anywhere else, and you'll get all of the haunt walkthroughs, all of the behind scenes, all of the podcast, all of this goodness. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Well, guys, that's another haunt in the house on this October of 2025. Again, happy Halloween. We love you guys so much. And until next time, this has been House of 1000 Haunts.